Here's a psychology fact most people get wrong. If you love staying at home, it's not because you're unmotivated. It's because your brain has learned how to protect itself better than most people ever do. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to work with this brain pattern instead of fighting it. Psychologists say the urge to stay home isn't a personality flaw, it's a regulation strategy. And once you understand what your brain is actually doing, your habits, energy levels, and even your social preferences suddenly make sense. But most people never reach that understanding. And that's where the real damage happens. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. People who enjoy staying home often don't realize why the outside world feels draining to them. They just assume something is wrong. Psychology says it starts with how your brain handles mental cost. 1. Your brain runs a cost-benefit scan on everything. Before you even grab your keys, your brain calculates effort, noise, movement, social interaction, uncertainty. For some people, this calculation is heavier. Psychologists call this cognitive load sensitivity, meaning the brain registers everyday activities as more mentally expensive than they appear. So, staying home isn't avoidance. It's optimization. Your brain is choosing the environment with the lowest cost and highest stability. Most people stop thinking here. And that's the biggest mistake, because it goes deeper than energy. 2. Predictability keeps your nervous system regulated. Research shows that some nervous systems respond strongly to unpredictability. Crowds, traffic, small talk, delays, unexpected interactions. Each one spikes cortisol. Home, on the other hand, offers control. Same layout, same sounds, same pace. This isn't fear, it's neurobiological regulation. Your brain isn't hiding, it's stabilizing itself. But here's the part nobody wants to admit. This pattern often forms because your brain processes more information than average. 3. You don't just experience the world, but you analyze it. Psychologists describe this as deep sensory and social processing. You notice tone shifts, facial microexpressions, energy changes in rooms. Your mind stays alert even when nothing big is happening. That level of awareness burns fuel fast, so your brain naturally prefers environments where it doesn't have to stay on high alert. Home becomes the only place your mind can exhale, and this next part explains why people misunderstand you. 4. You generate stimulation internally. Many people rely on external excitement, events, outings, constant novelty, but psychology shows that analytical and creative minds often produce stimulation from within. Thoughts, ideas, curiosity, imagination. This is called intrinsic engagement, and it's why boredom feels rare when you're alone. You don't stay home because life is dull. You stay home because your mind is already busy. If that hits you good, it means you're starting to see it. But now comes the truth most people avoid. 5. Social interaction costs you more energy than others. It's not dislike, it's processing volume. Eye contact, timing responses, reading expectations, adjusting tone. Your brain handles all of it simultaneously. Psychologists call this social cognitive load. And for some minds, it's intense. So you reduce unnecessary exposure, not because you're antisocial, but because your brain values efficiency. That's not weakness. That's intelligent self-regulation. 6. Your body has been trained to associate home with recovery over time. The brain builds associations. Calm indoors. Effort outdoors. This is known as environmental conditioning. Eventually, home becomes the default reset point, the place where your nervous system feels safe enough to recover. But here's the dangerous part. Here's the truth you've been avoiding. When you don't understand this pattern, your brain slowly confuses rest with restriction. And that's where growth silently stalls. So here's the solution psychology actually supports. You don't need to force yourself to go out more. You need controlled exposure with purpose. One intentional activity, one clear reason, one defined exit. This teaches your brain that the outside world isn't chaos. It's manageable. You're not changing who you are. You're expanding what your nervous system feels safe handling. And once that happens, staying home becomes a choice, not a limitation. If this video explained your behavior in a way no one ever has, subscribe now, because the next one might unlock another part of your personality you've never understood.